What do you think filmmakers bring to our community?
Well, filmmaking is an incredibly vibrant activity, and it impacts the community in a lot of ways. Artistic and creative, of course, come to mind. Fun and enjoyment for those who are both doing it and those who get to watch it and watch their community be on screen, big screen or little screen. But one of the things that is, I think, important to remember about filmmaking, particularly in a small community, and it's part of the work that I do as the executive director of Southern Oregon Film and Television, is to recognize that filmmaking makes an economic impact to a community. An actor and director that I worked with on a local film, Bruce Campbell, who lives here and is pretty well known, he described filmmaking as flying a plane over a community and pushing loads of money out the door, and it just basically drifts down and covers the entire community. Everybody there in some way winds up with a piece of it, whether it's a crew member who worked on it, or an actor or an extra who was in the background, a vendor who supplied equipment, a restaurant who supplied food, a homeowner that rented out their house for shooting. So there's really no end to where the money ends up. And Ashland being a particularly creative community, we've had several movies made here over the last 6 years, and cumulatively they have spent well over $2 million that have been left specifically in the community in all of those areas.
We're in a time where regional filmmaking is really important, a reflection on the community, the kind of stories we're telling. That filmmaking isn't just in New York and LA anymore, or even Austin or Atlanta. It's actually, pockets all over America are emerging where the costs of making films is much lower, and so people can have a voice in filmmaking, even here in Ashland.
I think film and filmmakers bring so much around the year to Ashland. This is an art form and stories themselves that otherwise would not be told in this region. People tell us all the time that their favorite festival experience is to talk with the community and the filmmakers at the films. So at the film festival, we really are proud of being able to provide that kind of experience for our community. We think it makes this whole region a better place to be. Well, it turns out, really love to stand in line. I mean, who would think that standing in line would be a great experience? But they talk to each other, they talk about the films, they talk about our town, and it's proven to be a great experience. Those aren't my words, those come right from our audience.
Part of our mission is to educate, enrich, and inspire audiences of all ages, and part of that is bringing filmmakers to Ashland. And having that interaction, which we hear from both the filmmakers and the audience, is one of the most important experiences they have at the film festival. And our audiences are known worldwide for being incredibly intelligent and engaged, and the Q&As just go on forever, and that interaction is so important to the filmmakers. They work for so long on their films, and then to have the feedback and connection with their audiences is so important, and that's for local filmmakers here to have a venue to show their films, and filmmakers that we bring in from all parts of the world. For those 5 days to bring that much creativity and excitement into one place, the town is just buzzing with excitement. And we try to capture that year-round with our monthly film series. We bring filmmakers, if we can, to the films or have special panels that also foster dialogue and an experience that you don't get just attending a film or watching at home.
Filmmakers bring that sense of community into their work with the festival, with incorporating their ideas and showing them to the rest of the community.
Have you ever seen something on the screen about some place here in Ashland that you've never seen before? It was like your first introduction to it?
Yeah, definitely. Last year at the festival I saw The Welcome, which was a documentary about returned veterans and how the Ashland community introduced them into the society again, and I would have never known that about this community, that we even had that camp before. So it was a great experience.
What do filmmakers bring to our community?
I think they bring a depth of perspective that is also very condensed. I was thinking about George Bernard Shaw's quote that if I'd only had time, I would have written you a shorter letter. And what I think film does is it condenses thought and image because it's so focused. Say what you have to say in 90 minutes. And I think it can present information in a very different way than just the printed word so I think it's just this huge compression of information into this very tightly disciplined form that then expands our thinking out.
They bring stories to tell to the community and creativity, story to tell, and they know that it needs to be told, and that's what they're ultimately trying to accomplish, I believe.